Leros, part of the Dodecanese island group, but the southeast Aegean Sea, was the location of one of the greatest battles, where the Wehrmacht prevailed of the Allies in World War II. Under Italian rule, Leros became a heavily fortified aeronautical and naval base. After Italy's capitulation, in September 1943, British forces landed on the island. On September 26, 1943, the battle began with the German counterattack through air strikes, and ended with the German occupation of the island on November 16. The wrecks that we present here bear witness to the intense battle. The German floatplane Arado AR-196A3 was one of the most significant aircraft of naval reconnaissance in the history of World War II, became famous as the eyes of the Kriegsmarine, and played a key role in information gathering for the final assault of the German forces. The Reconnaissance Squadron 126 actively participated in operations, resulting in the loss of 4 aircrafts. The remains of the R-196, as well as the torpedo that lies nearby, were drifted to their current position by trawling nets, and are located at a depth of 22 meters under the chapel of Hagia Kyriaki on the homonymous islet. On November 12, Wehrmacht initiated Operation Typhoon, a combined airborne attack to occupy Leros. The German forces attempted to land in Lakki Bay, when at 6:21 hour, the fire of the Italian artillery 888 hit the German landing craft, which suffered damage to the steering wheel and sunk on the north side of the islet of Strangoli. Six men were killed, 4 wounded, while 32 were captured by the Italians. Personal equipment and human bones are scattered everywhere, reflecting the horrors of war, even today. The 4th Transport Wing of the Luftwaffe participated in the battle with 2 groups. On November 14, the Junkers Ju-52 of the 6th Group, with production number 640-187, suffered anti-aircraft fire and sank northeast of Leros near Zimi. The aircraft lies upside down on the seabed in the area where it crashed, covered by a large trawl net. The left side door is missing, allowing the penetration into the interior. The fuselage of the aircraft is in good condition, except for the tail section. The wreck is located at a depth of 55 meters and impresses with the quantity of scattered fragments. On November 14, two British Beaufighters of the 46th RAF Squadron, operating from a base in Cyprus, were involved in the shooting down of a Heinkel He 111H with the indication 6N plus EP of the 2nd Squadron of the 100th Bomb Wing of the Luftwaffe. The aircraft crashed north of Leros, resulting in the loss of gunner Helmut Grundke, while the three remaining members were rescued. Today, only the central part of the fuselage is lying at the bottom of the sea. Which has been swept away northwest of Lakki Bay by a trawler at a depth of 16 meters. Lakki Bay was the largest natural deep-water port in the Mediterranean, with a narrow opening of about 400 meters, and was one of the well-guarded naval targets in the region. The anti-submarine net sealed the entrance to the bay, making all hostile access impossible. Steel rings, wire ropes, pulleys, and floats all contributed to the protection of the bay by controlling the passage of vessels to and from the naval base. Today, we find them from 14 to 55 meters deep, which is the deepest point of the bay, forming an amorphous metallic mass that awakes historical memories. The wreck of the Royal Hellenic Navy destroyer Queen Olga is resting on a sandy seabed at a depth of 32 meters in the Bay of Lakki. Despite extensive salvage efforts, a significant part of that famous destroyer remains on the seafloor till today. On September 26, German junkers Ju-88 relentlessly attacked, targeting the Greek Queen Olga and the British Intrepid. The third assault wave proved fatal for the legendary destroyer. The captain commander George Blessers loses his life instantly. Within minutes, the vessel received the final strike that would seal its fate. The destroyer's severe damage is very evident. Scales warped, engine room grates, manholes, parts of the aft superstructure, portholes from the bridge of the ship, anti-submarine bombs, and missile remnants are scattered all over the seabed. The carriages of the two heavy cannons remain as silent witnesses to the ship's glorious past. At 10:11 on September 26, 1943, the waves of the Aegean Sea embraced forever the dead heroes of the destroyer Queen Olga.